Boom! Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. Hosted with the Moses Mark Saint. And every morning I get up and I'm blessed to be alive. And this morning is no different. We're showing off the Fuego, the Calypso, and the Sonora. We got some weed from yesterday from the Cali Cannabis Group that they gave us, and I'm so stoked because they're so supportive. We're up in the mansion, the Adam Dunn show going live. We got all sorts of action going everywhere, and right now it's just such a blessing to be able to not be stressing and choose not to stress, but to choose to be blessed. And those are big decisions for people's lives. Shout outs to Monkey Tail. I was shouting you guys out yesterday. If you get a chance, it's a long show. It's like a 4 hour show. Maybe you're going down the road or I don't know, 4 hours a lot. We were on the show for a long ass motherfucking time. And it was a great time. I had a great time yesterday to be in the mansion, sitting there smoking my weed, telling my life story. And we're talking about the summer weed. So it went like from here, grab some of this weed here, from this premium indoor flower, Calypso. Let's see, we got the Calypso, the Fuego, and the Fuego and the Sonora. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll some of this morning, do a quick smoke and review, but we're gonna talk about mixed emotions. 10 days away from my biggest festival I've ever done in my life, and all sorts of action and energy, and I had to reflect. Like in every time around my birthday or when something big happens, I think we all reflect, or we should be reflective. And there's a mixed amount of emotions. I'm sure a lot of people have had mixed emotions where they want to be free and travel the world, but at the same time they want to be stable and have a home to come back to. There's so much dichotomy in the things that we want. We want love, but we don't want nobody to control us. So there's like these mixed emotions. We want successful trips, but I can't make it to California. It's difficult to be both things at the same time, and that's where the decisions come in. Are you going to be emotional? Or are you going to be logical? Those decisions seem to be easy, but not as easy to switch like a light switch or a statement. We can say, oh, I just want to be logical. Doesn't make it happen, right? You can't just snap your fingers and be like, my heart is not going to feel the bleed anymore. It's not going to feel the regrets. It's not going to feel the emotions. I'm just going to be logical. There's some people out there like that. I'm sure you met a few robots in your day where the robot was trying to robot life and pretend they don't feel. And on the other hand, there are people that just stuck in their feels, and that's all they can do. I was talking about this because yesterday I was quite an emotional person as a kid. Quite the emotional kid, man. And because of that, I reacted differently than I normally would have. And I didn't know that because I didn't know I was being emotional. I was just feeling what I was feeling. Let's get that going right there. Yeah, look at these trees, very orangey. I'm gonna put two buds next to each other so everybody can see the difference in these buds. But that's what it looks like. We want to have money, but we want to have toys. You can have money if you stop spending it on stupid shit. That's one of the things that we do. And that was what we had in our heads and our hearts, is this battle, the dichotomy of being the halo and the horns. Am I going to be rude or am I going to be nice? And there's a battle going on with all of us doing that inside of our heads of what's going to take precedence, and there's a choice there, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, because with the choice comes the consequences. And it's weird. It's like half the life we spend thinking we're going to be so happy after this weekend, after spending all this money. I'm going to be on this boat, I'm going to be on this trip, and there I am being lonely. I see a lot of people showing off all the super cool things they've done. I'm one of those people, lonely because I'm doing it by myself. Just the one shot. That's part of the halt system. The hungry, angry, lonely, tired. It affects us all. The way that we act and react to things is so interesting to me that, part of the times I can be so professional, and then the other time it can be so personal. And that's interesting to me. This one looks not as orangey. We're going to show off the different buds here. I'm going to keep track by keeping that there. There's a dichotomy in all things, I've seen it happen before. You can be at the Oscars and it could be the worst night of your life, right? So these things happen. Oh, wow, this is looking like the same nug, actually. So I'm sitting them side by side. They look pretty all right, hard to say who's gonna win, hard to say who's gonna win, but I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to have this many nugs and flowers and different types of flowers. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but that's the smoke and review. We got to smoke it to review it, but here we are, Ooh, found a hair. So anyway, here we are in the middle of our lives, and there might be things that you feel are happening for XYZ, and then something changes, and then you don't feel that way towards it anymore. It's funny how the energy changes. I watch energy all the time, my energy most importantly, but when you're with other people, you know what's going to happen when you don't have the same amount of zest for something, right? There's buzz, there's wanting things to happen, and then there's the lack of luster once the energy's changed, right? You've seen somebody I want a pony, I'll do all the effort. You're like, that energy's way up there. We've all been there where we got pony type effort, and then all of a sudden when the energy switches, things change. And that's what we end up experiencing. We're experiencing a change inside of our hearts, a change inside of our thoughts. This stuff happens so often. This is how we end up going to places with our decision making. And that's why we have to have this conversation. It's like most people, again, how did I get here? You probably got there from emotion, right? And then that's a decision. And then we were there. And we're like, holy shit, dude. Like, how did I get here? Well, what motivated you to do what you were doing? Most people, ego motivated. They want people to be noticing them. They want to feel like their life has purpose. I would suggest altruism. This is what happened to me this morning, listening to the Dalai Lama. This gentleman, young kid, had to ask him a question, or didn't have to, but asked him the question. He said, what do you have suggestion for us in my generation that's full of anxiety and depression? Nobody want to talk about it? Okay, cool. Well, what they do is they stop focusing on them. They're such a me. What's wrong with me? All the me. What's in my bank account? What's going on with my life? That we forgot how to treat other people, right? We it's not a service inside of us. We're a self-service. We're a self-pump culture, right? Just come up, my car, my gas, my credit card. What we are not is everybody else taken care of type atmosphere. There's an energy there. It's an immediate energy. And I'm telling you, I'm obsessed about energy. And that energy, we can, inside of ourselves, be worried about someone more than ourselves, be of service, and in that, I mean, literally, I don't know what that feeling is when we're feeding the homeless and Saintsgiving and stuff, but I do know that it helps me not focus so much on me, and that myopathy, that myopic, me, gives that anxiety, and it chimes to the top when I'm another human being trying to do the best by other human beings. I look out there in the world and I miss my gratitude because my attitude starts to trumpet, and then that starts up trumping my mood and my thought patterns. So with a real attitude of gratitude, you realize that you're grateful to just even have oxygen, water, and life, and the basis of things. And then you can look out there into the real world and realize that you have a roof over your head, and internet, and a cell phone. That's another level of things. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs are being met. We just keep getting more and more greedy and thirsty for what other people have or what we can think that we need. And all we have is the now, and that's what we really need is the now. So it's like, get in the now and get that attitude of gratitude, because it'll switch the whole momentum. And that's what I want you guys to have, is a moment change. So on my heart from the start, it's your boy Marquis Saint. This is Saints brand. This is my logo. Get a chance, go to Saintsgiving, be a donator, be a giver. Altruism, I had to actually look it up this morning, and that's caring for others. So that's your word of the day. That's your morning marijuana motivation. On my heart from Star Boy Marquis Saint. 10 minutes to shine and 10 days left at the Summer Weed Festival. I gotta go, but you go be blessed. Thanks for watching the show, and go be free. The Adam Dunn Show, go watch that. It was yesterday. Peace.